Amoral is something that is either good or bad. It can serve both purposes, right? Social media can be used to destroy things. It can be used to build things. It can be used to poison the youth and society. It can be used to build nations and societies. So you have to know in which platform you're using this for and what you're selling. And I always tell people, like I said, you're responsible for the people you have influence over. When you die, you'll be giving account of the people you have influence over. For me, having about 2.8 million followers on Instagram and reaching almost 6 to 7 million people on Facebook, that for me is not an opportunity for me to just post anything. Just recently, an alcoholic brand, I'd like not to mention their name, contacted me, and they had 15 million for me. They said, please, we want you to do this for us for 2 months, just some activation, and they said, we want you to help us. I said, please, did you advertise soft drink? He said, no, is this alcoholic? I said, please, let's advertise soft drink. They didn't know why I was asking, because I told them I don't advertise alcoholic brand. No, this is not me being a hypocrite. Occasionally, once in a while, I take a glass of wine and I drink. But I cannot begin to sell beer in the same platform I preach Christ. I cannot begin to sell sex enhancement products in the same platform I preach Christ. It's like a pastor preaching salvation today in church, then brings crates of beer and say, buy. That's completely wrong. What am I trying to say? You need to understand the value you have on your life. Most people say, after all, it's online. What you put online is permanent. It doesn't go off. So you don't just use it as, oh, let me get clout. They used to tell me, Williams, why don't you get a girl pregnant or date somebody, have a scandal that, something that will make you trend or, I said, it's shocking what people do just for clout, just to get attention that will last for what, a day, nowadays hours, because news are everywhere. And you dent your life because you are trying to pass out a message that people will get to notice you, and you get and make permanent decisions that would use temporal cases to create permanent problems for yourself. So you need to understand the power of your phone, the power of social media. I even have a feeling when they said that the whole world will see Christ when he comes, it might be through phone. It might not be everybody is looking at it. It might not be true for everybody who sit at the same time. That is the power of social media. You can reach anybody. You can reach anybody. A lady was using football to play in one of these countries, Tanzania or something. Donald Trump, the president of the US, saw it and posted it on his page. How can you compare? That woman in her next life probably would not have had the chance to meet the president of the US. But Donald Trump picked it up from his room or wherever and posted it on his page and said, these are the kind of things I like, these are the kind of things should be supported. There is no barriers to these things. But what is most important is not having 5 million, 10 million followers. It's what are you doing with these followers? I tell people, if you begin to sell stuff on social media, your market is endless. There are people that will buy from different places that will never have the opportunity to come to your shop in Alaba to buy. That is why sometimes you now see these people are coming out from the market, because people are still on a traditional, let me maintain my shop. But now people are taking this out of shops and they are bringing it to some of us that are influenced and saying, please, how much will you pay us? And I know what I charge for what. And sometimes I do these skits 6, 7 a month. And guys, how much we can trade is change pay more attention to first what you give and second how to let it. And somebody says that on social media for a long time nobody gets to being sure of what you're doing, what you're setting, that what you're saying is right. Don't even bother by the time. You just fix your person to see it and put it out there, and that is it for you. This thing has made more people. So this is the best time to put looking for who will help you. This is the best time to put. You see, you will never see me complain about the beginnings of this country, what the government is not doing or doing. I don't.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hello. How are you guys today? Hope you're doing good. Hope your day has been going awesome. It's been great. It's been wonderful. It's another great moment. If you can hear me, I would like you to just say hi. Just put up a thumbs up. Just put up something to indicate that you can hear me. And if you're joining us just now, I think we are just starting, so you didn't miss anything. I'm sorry that due to certain things we have to adjust the program. Certain times we could have emergency, okay, for some persons that needs your attention. So that was what happened. So this program was supposed to start by 6 p.m. for those of us in Europe Eastern Time Zone and 4 p.m. But already I think we started 10 minutes to 7 p.m., which is not bad at all. So I apologize for that. But quickly today, because this season I decided to lie low for a while, trying to do a lot of things, as well as also put certain things in order. And there are times you need to hide from the social media scene, okay, just to put certain things to learn. So this period is loaded period for me with a lot of things. I'm sorry for those of you that have been asking, Dosan, you've not made any recent video, Dosan, you've not done that, Dosan, you've not, even those of you that are asking me, Dosan or some video, which I prefer to recall now that because actually I did a medical course, which some persons know, some don't know. Some have asked, why do you answer Dosan and you're not practicing the medicine? Yeah, I did the microbiology, but I don't like blood, okay? I shifted to other things, okay? So, but that just by the way, so today it's awesome. Today is great, okay? So I want to wish all of you out there a very wonderful, cool evening from my own end. Maybe it's morning your side, maybe it's afternoon, but whatever it could be, there is a good and there is something attached to it. And also, being your relationship person, and we are trending towards to getting to perfection, to greater impact, as much as those of you that are asking me, Doctor, when are you gonna get married, my friend? I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your concerns, but I'm not worried in any form. Neither is the lady in question worried. So do me a favor of keep asking me, how are we gonna better lives? How are we gonna make more impact? Okay, than keep asking when are you gonna get married? Okay, and I think there's a place for public life and there's a place for private life. Okay, so that is good. So for tonight, I told all of us that you're gonna meet me on my different social platforms. So those of you watching on the single section and waiting platform, which is my NGO, kudos to you. Those of you that watch later, kudos to you. Those of you watching currently on the page .san relationship and leadership digest, thumbs up. And those of you watching on my personal profile, great works, and I want to say thank you. And this season is awesome season. In this season of coronavirus, in this season of COVID-19, it's been great. It's been awesome. So I am a speaker that majors more on relationship and leadership. Okay, then I also have privilege once in a while to access probably business consultations or business deals. Okay, so because life is all about productivity and life is all about profitability. Okay, so a lot of persons today, I woke up this morning and something dawned on me during my quiet time, and something said many persons are busy, making activities, which is one reason once in a while I try to hide away, to go back to the drawing board, to go back to my maker, to go back to the giver of the vision, to ask, am I still on the track, or am I running a vision that have been given to me on another person's track? Those that run in a race, no matter how you run in a race, and no matter how the race is very, very interesting, very, very awesome. Now, it will be counted as a failure. It will be counted as a mistake. In fact, you'll be disqualified if you leave your tribe, no matter how passionate you could be, and then you will leave your tribe to run another person's tribe. So some people will be this one said, many are busy chasing activities. Only few are busy chasing productivity, chasing creativity, and chasing manifestations and impact. So this evening, why before we dive into a relationship, which I know most of you are ready, most of you will be ready. So invite your friends, invite your enemies if you have anyone. Before we dive into relationship, which we'll be talking about tonight, simple. I'm not going to waste time tonight because there's a lot to do, and then so that we attend several conferences. I have a conference to attend tonight, okay, as well like you. So before we go into what are ladies' concepts about relationship, about guys, and what are men concepts about relationship, about guys? Recently I keep talking about this thing, and I hosted a program, and then I'm sorry for the ladies that the edition 2 is yet to come, but it's going to come by next month by God's grace, okay, as Jesus Christ, okay, talking about what men really want the ladies to know. And most of you said I was biased. No, I wasn't biased, because there's a platform for you guys. So quickly tonight, you'll be listening to some Dotsan relationship quotes, Dotsan leadership quotes, and then let me just share something quickly with us. And then you also listen to some words that God in His infinite mercy have given to me to share with us tonight. Okay, so quickly, let's look at some of these great quotes. So there is this quote that came up today, and this quote said something like this. It said, "Consistency conceives commitment, and commitment bets focus, and focus eliminates competition." Now, the only person you need to compete with is yourself. Now, I'm going to leadership first, then I will enter relationship. Now, because I will major on relationship tonight. So get your pens ready, but it's going to be quick, it's going to be sharp. I think I'm going to be spending just 30 minutes or even less, okay? Then I'm open to your questions, make your comment, and ask questions. Just ask your questions. I will respond as fast and as quick as possible I can, okay? And also invite your friends. So consistency conceives commitment, and commitment bets focus, and focus eliminate competition. So in this life, a lot of persons are busy, especially in this period of the coronavirus, where we are having a lot of things about everything is living the non-lives and the abnormal life and the life of the social media. I was in a training where I was learning a lot of things now, and some persons are still waiting for government issues. I'm sorry, whenever I talk about this, I'm very careful, because a lot of persons will say you don't understand. But the thing is, now what are the values you've created? Okay, so I say we'll be talking about relationship digest and leadership digest and some of my quotes. So when I make up some of my quotes, I will try to expand on them. Okay, so you keep getting angry, you keep getting furious about the government, what the government is doing and what the government is not doing. Okay, I remember my major relationship. Now the question is, what solution have you been able to create? What idea have you been able to create? What value have you been able to create? I keep telling people that now the world is no longer celebrating problem givers. The world is celebrating problem solvers. The world is no longer looking for people that, in fact, the world has so many problems that we are looking for solution givers. Okay, and then that takes me to the scripture, because my bedrock is the Bible. Now, God is a God of profitability. God is a God of increase. God is a God of multiplication. Now, the question is, what do you have at hand that God needs to multiply? And also that takes me to when God talks about we should have dominion, we should replenish, we should multiply. Okay, if you don't have anything in hand, there's nothing that is going to multiply, right? So another quote. So what does consistency do? Whatever you're good at, you need to be consistent with it. And then the consistency will bet commitment, because it is what you're consistent with that will bet commitment, right? It is what you're consistent with that will bet commitment. So if you're not consistent with nothing, then there is no commitment for nothing. That's why now I learned this afternoon, this morning, from Uche Williams. Okay, I learned that today, because we talk about everything going on the internet, I learned that your data is your school fees in your university of your study. Now, the question is, Most times you don't have money, you keep looking for things, right? Now, but you have data. Now, why do you keep shuffling the internet? Why do you feel using your data, which is your school fees, according to Uche Williams, now in doing things, in watching things that do not profit you? Now, as I'm speaking this evening, there are a lot of things I'm going to be saying in nutshell, especially on relationship angle. Now, because I had a recent chat with some persons, okay, with some young ladies and with some young guys like me, like you, that is watching now. Okay, remember I major more on the singles. Okay, that is my major point, the youth, so and I was asking them, what is your take about relationship? What is your take, or in your dating, in your relationship life? What have you encountered? What kind of
It's 19 hours.
do you seek for? What kind of a young lady do you seek for? And it was so it was so wonderful. I wasn't so appalling. It was great what they were saying. I mean, it was awesome. You need to hear. So let me give us one more, just more one quote as a form of bringing us on board. Okay, to making us to last. Then we now go into what we have for tonight. Okay. Now let's see what this small one quote said. I think I made this morning. Now this quote said something very interesting, very very interesting. Just calm down, relax, okay? Okay, is it in the? I think you guys can see this right now. Well, you guys can see this. He said, in the quest of love, just be the right person, and you will attract your right choice. In the quest of love, in the journey of relationship, in the journey of relationship, in the journey of finding the right man, in the journey of finding the Mr. Right, the Miss Right. Now, you don't actually need the perfect person, okay? But you need to just be the right person, and then you becoming the right person, or you being the right person, you will attract the right choice. There's a law in physics. I love physics a lot. I love science a lot, because I all through my life I've been dealing with science, right? Now, there's a law in science that says that that light charges will repel, light charges will repel, and on light charges we attract. If I'm right, it's called the fundamental law of electrostatics. Right? It means when you bring a positive, you connect with a negative, and when you bring a negative, you connect with a positive. When positive and positive comes together, electron cannot flow. There will not be current. Okay, there will be a repulsion. And then when negative cable, talking of wire, comes to meet positive wire, then there will be a connection. So until you make yourself the right person, you will keep finding fault in everybody. Now, take a pause, young lady. Take a pause, young guy. Now, since your relationship life, because what I'm going to be sharing in less than a few minutes with us now is not what I actually deduce myself alone, is what I learned from, having this chit chat with these wonderful singles. And when I talk about these wonderful singles, I'm not talking about singles that are lazy, just staying home. I'm talking about singles that are loaded. They are ready to, to mingle. They are ready to get into relationship. Some of them are already in relationship. They are ready to get down to the nurture. They are ready to be married. But at certain times, I'm sorry, I have to take it. I have to laugh at this moment. Certain times, what they say or what they encounter in different relationships will baffle you. Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so be the right person, and you will attract the right choice. You don't need to jump from one relationship to another. Okay, you don't need to jump from one relationship to another. I made also a quote this one. I said that the quote I made this morning, for those of you that watched it or that followed it on my storyline, status, and WhatsApp, Instagram, and my page, I said that in this morning I talked about that your association matters a lot. When you disconnect from the right company, you are pushing yourself into calamity and frustration. So, what kind of company are you fixing yourself with in this period of this pandemic? People just you stay in your house and you connect all kind of persons. So, what kind of persons are you connecting with? Are you connecting with the right company, or are you connecting with the wrong association? Your association will either deter you or will either propel you. Your association will either, cause you frustration or cause you acceleration. So you need to be very, very watchful. Now, the very first time you did what you did that was stupid, that you ever regretted, could be traceable to association, right or wrong. So you need to be very, very careful. Show me your friend, and I will be able to deduce who you are. In fact, your association has a propensity to taking you to your destination or to destroying you at the point you are. right? And also made another quote this morning. I think I will be able to see, you will love this one. You will love this one. I guarantee you. And then I think with that, will be able to go for that. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is connected. Not everybody, I wouldn't say that word everybody. As many that wishes to connect, will be connected. Okay. So let's see this other wonderful quote I made. I just a second. Just a second, and we'll be good to go. What's up? Let's go. So I love this quote. I don't want to just paraphrase it. I want you to see it, okay? So this quote this morning was talking about a lot of times, I'm still on the leadership angle, then I will enter relationship mainly in a few minutes, maybe in less than 3-4 minutes. Now, a lot of times, people keep looking for, capital, keep looking for several things, which is very, very important and very, very paramount, okay? But I discovered that most times, okay, yeah. Now, I said this morning, I don't know if you can see this, I said this morning, okay, let's see if you can see this, all right, yeah. So I said that to live in this surprise world, this world is full of surprises. You wake up each day with surprise. To live in this surprise world is to be surprised yourself. Okay, so to live in this surprise world, surprise is to surprise yourself with a surprise. Okay, so many persons are living in this world without expectation of any surprise. My beloved, I want you to change your mindset. Now, to live in this world that is full of surprise, to live in this world surprise is to surprise yourself with surprises of disappointment. I coined this from my role model, Dr. Paul Eneche. Okay, now another thing I said, very, very important, because I'm talking about leadership. Now, until you have a leadership-oriented mindset, you will keep making mistakes. You will keep counting your faults on people. You keep blaming people why you have not shifted where you are supposed to be or where you are tending to be. Now, you might not have been where you used to be, or you might not have been where you want to go to, but you are no longer where you used to be. So it's a great thing. It's a credit for you to thank God. It's a credit for you to live your life with focus, with commitment, with consistency, with passion. Okay, a lot of persons are busy not living life with focus, not living life with passion, not living life with purpose. Some persons have even given up on life. Some persons, as a result of this COVID-19, already gave up on 2020. I want to show you that in this 2020, great minds, including myself, God helped us in this period, and God is still helping us. And you should understand that this 2020 has already bettered another generation entirely. 2021 is going to be a different year entirely again. And the remainder of this 2020, about 5 months or 6 months, 5 months to go, is another great month that you can achieve great things, right? In your relationship, in your leadership life, in your association, in your career, in your passion, right? Now, I said something very important. I just woke up with this great insights them this morning, okay? Now, I said that I say that this morning, I say to eat the seed for the future now is to live a life of hunger in the future. To eat the seed for the future now is to live a life of hunger in the future. Now, the question is, what seed? Some of you will be asking now, what seed do I have? My dear, you have a seed. There is a seed in your hand. The question is, you've not realized that seed. That is the question. The seed can be idea, the seed can be creativity, the seed can be passion, the seed can be aid. It can be anything. It can be in your career. There is a seed in you. There's no non-entity created by God, because God himself is not a non-entity. God has created every entity to be a celebrity in their different niche, in their different endeavors of life, right? So you need to stop eating the seeds for the future so that you don't go hunger in the future for tomorrow. Now, another thing I said is that don't put on the shirt, don't put on the clothes of the future for now, because if you do that, you're going to go naked. You're going to go naked in the future. Okay, now, and when we talk about the future is here, the future is very close, right? Okay, now, you need to understand that it takes only yourself to defeat yourself. When I say it takes only yourself to defeat yourself, what do I mean? I mean, it takes only yourself to defeat the failure mindset, to defeat the complacent mindset, to defeat the retrogressive mindset. Okay, it takes yourself by yourself. It's not about going to search for miracles. Yeah, it's not about going to seek for those that will pray for you. Yeah, but until you deliver yourself, even your deliverer will be scared of you. Until you that's why people, yeah, it's good to live by faith. Yeah, but when the scripture says faith without work is dead. So what is the seed in your hand, and what are you doing with that seed now? Stop photocopying people. You are not a carbon copy. You are not a photocopy. You're original. Stop photocopying people. Identify that potential. Identify what is in you. Okay, identify what is in you. Now, that will be all for the moment for leadership. So I got a few minutes to run with relationship, which is my major. So let's get into relationship. I know all of you are waiting. Relationship. Yeah, let's dive into relationship. Now, I had a chat with some group of girls and group of guys, and I was asking them, no, what is really the challenge of the 21st century that we have a lot of wonderful ladies, ambitious ladies, we're doing, and great ladies, hardworking, God-fearing, Holy Ghost speaking, tongue blowing, demon chasing, wonderful, precious daughters and sons of God, doing great works in different parastatals, in different endeavors of their life, in different platforms. Okay, so get your questions, get your pen ready now as we run now. And I was like, okay, why is it that it seems like me, before I went into a lot of things, there were fears, and it's good to feel the fear right now. But I was asking them, so why is it that, okay, you are not yet, tied to the nuptial, you're not yet engaged, and it will baffle you what some of them say to me. Do you want to hear this? I bet you want to hear this. Now let's go. Now, when I asked the ladies told me, not one, not two, not three, and this is not a geographical setting issue. It's not a location issue. It's not a continent issue. Relationship abuse is different from when we talk about demon chasing people. Most time when we say demons are chasing people will say, okay, Africa have a lot of superstition, Europe have a lot of superstition, America have a lot of superstition. So the demons that operate in Africa and Europe and America and Asia are different. Okay, I can't quite agree with you. If you want to succumb to that, I may agree with you. Okay, I don't want us to argue on that. But I discovered that relationship is one thing, is one divider, or one thing that is relatively accepted, that is relatively generally acceptable everywhere, statistically speaking. Now, the same communication philosophy, the same communication skills, the same communication words that is applicable to people in Africa, to people in Asia, to people in America, to people in Europe, in relationship, in love, is the same all over. And this is one thing I'm going to be addressing quickly this evening about relationship communication. How do you communicate in your relationship? But then, let me not tell you what some of these wonderful ladies and wonderful single guys told me. It put me into, come on man, you need to write small books, you need to do a lot of things, because there are things I keep learning each day. Now, one of the ladies said that they dislike men that are inconsistent. Calm down, relax. That young guy, don't get angry yet. I understand your pains now, but calm down. I didn't say this, they said, because I'm trying to learn. Okay, I'm trying to learn to build more of myself. Whatever I teach, I learn first before I teach, and I practice it. So I don't teach what I don't practice. I practice what I teach, and I teach what I practice. So more, I got a pause. I said, what do you mean by you guys dislike? So beautiful ladies in every different angles. They said they dislike men that are inconsistent. The question is, young guy, how consistent have you been? And when they talk about this, they're talking about inconsistent in terms of character, inconsistent in terms of content, inconsistent in terms of communications. Now, are you that kind of a guy that today you said yes and tomorrow you're saying no? Are you that kind of guy that today you said to a lady, okay, I will be with you in a short time, and you didn't meet up, and you did not bother to send any message? Are you the kind of a guy that tomorrow they ask you, what is your vision? And you say, my vision is I want to build an empire that we that will cause the world to seek for me. And then next one, they ask you, what is your vision, young guy? And where is this relationship taking us to? You say, I don't know anymore. I'm thinking. my beloved brother. Now, ladies dislike men that are inconsistent. Ladies dislike men that lack focus. Ladies dislike men that the vision is not clear. Until you make the vision clear to them, they might not follow you. So it's not high, it's no longer time you keep fighting. Why is it that she wouldn't follow me? Why is it that? The question is, have you proven yourself that you are able to lead her? Have you proven yourself that you're consistent? Now, consistency is very, very important, because consistency will bet commitment, and commitment will bring focus. So the lady is like, she met a guy, and this guy, they started, working out things, and she asked the guy, come on, man, young guy, where is this relationship taking us to? And this guy say, I am still thinking. When you tell a lady, I am still thinking, she already know the zone you belong to. We as men are meant to be fathers. Men also is big childhood nature. Men also are meant to be, husbands, right? Now, but it's not every man, not every head is a man, and not every man is a head. Not every man is a head, and not every head is a man. Now, why did I say that, and why did I combine this into relationship and leadership? Now, it's because a man that wants to, take a woman out from her house, from the security of her parents, must be a man that is willing to lead. So when I have interaction with a man and the man say, I don't want to lead, we are not talking about leading in terms of politics or in terms of government. We are talking about you as a leader in your house. And this thing can only happen if you have consistency. If you have consistency. So ladies out there, I don't know if I'm saying your mind. You guys say you dislike men that are inconsistent in their vision, inconsistent in their purpose, inconsistent in their words, inconsistent in keeping their promises. There are a lot of guys that you make promises to ladies, and you don't keep these promises. This chase them away. Now, let's not hear what the men said. So when I asked the guy, okay, what could be your challenges about ladies, especially these wonderful, powerful ladies? There are single ladies today that are doing great work, as I earlier stated or stipulated or established, right? Now, these young guys, this, is international, so don't get angry. So these young guys, including myself, say something like this, that they prefer ladies that are humble. They like ladies that are humble and simple, And I was like, come on, man, what do you mean by you like ladies that are humble and simple? Now, the humility they are talking about is not like they want a lady that will be buying, or that will become a servant, or that will become a slave. Gone beyond the times of when, I'm sorry to mention this, we are in some cultures now, the ladies are like the slaves, then the men go for everything, the ladies stay in the house and become, no, that is gone. If you're still a guy that wants to marry, and maybe from your background, from your lineage, you saw your parents living in that kind of life, you saw your dad as the lion of the tribe of Judah, whereby when he enters the house, everybody bows. When he blows his horn of his car, everybody say, everybody run to your to tent of your Israel, because the lion of the tribe of Judah is our. No, we are not. We live in a world of equality. We live in a world where even ladies are doing greater works. We live in a world, sometimes I'm sorry to say, sometimes you guys say, it seems like you serve the ladies. No, much more. No, I'm not. Why I keep mentioning the ladies is because we live in a world where most times everything that happens, everybody wants to point it to the ladies, and then we forget the guys, right? So the guys say, in as much as the ladies say they dislike guys that are inconsistent, okay, which is very, very important to look forward to look out for as a single guy. Are you inconsistent, or are you consistent? Are you consistent with your promises? Are you consistent with your words? Are you consistent with your focus? Are you consistent with your dream, with your vision? One major thing that pulls and triggers a lady is when a lady sees a man that is full of vision, that is full of passion, that is full of purpose-driven oriented man. They want to run after that man, no matter the kind of caliber of a man. It's not about now the function of the tallness, the handsomeness, the cuteness. Yeah, those ones are there to play. Even your makeup and your content and your dressing code, all the physical. Because of course, you will go for your spec, or while you're praying for a woman or for a man, you don't close your eyes, right? The Bible says, watch and pray, means one eye must be open, right? Now, so the guys say they dislike women that are not humble. So how arrogant are you as a lady? Now, and this drives me back to what my special one once told me, my jewel. She once taught us something about perception, emotional intelligence, perception, because the world today, we are moving under artificial intelligence. So she told us about perception. Now, sometimes people don't watch you, or people don't relate to you. I'm talking about relationship. Your person, your partner do not relate to you only based on what you say, or only based on what she sees, but also how she perceives you. So perception is very, very important. Emotions are very, very important, because emotional intelligence tell us how you get information, filter this information, and then package this information, and then respond to this information. Okay, so most times, are you saying A and you're doing B? Or when you finish saying A, you go back to your company and to your family twists everything, and you come back to say B. Now, remember, ladies hate that kind of inconsistency. And then the men say they dislike ladies that are arrogant. Now, arrogant and pride is a killer. No matter how great you are as a lady, men still seek for ladies that are simple, ladies that are submissive, ladies that, if I should use my word, ladies that are serving. The Bible talked about that the woman builds the home. If the man makes the house, it is the woman that builds the home. And it's a wise woman that builds the home. It's a wise woman that builds her home, right? So you need to check yourself as you're listening to this video now. You need to check yourself. Have I been portraying myself to be arrogant in any way? And I went further to asking the guy, what do you guys actually mean by saying the lady that must be humble, that is not arrogant? It shook me that they say that they don't want a lady that want to compete with them. And I laughed. Why I laugh is because we have a lot of mindset, a lot of notion of people who say that they don't want to marry a career lady. They don't want to marry someone that will be competing with them. And I began to ask, what do you mean by competing with you? And they began to marshal out their point. So the man has an ego. We have our ego. So it's like having two captains on board the ship. You know what will happen? That vessel is gonna wreck, because when the captain say dead ahead, when the captain say to the engine, okay, mayday, or secret, yeah, mayday, this is vessel Sam 2149. Now we are sailing to Madagascar. I want the engine to be steered dead full ahead. Now the second captain will say, I want the engine to be steered astern, while the other first captain have said, I want the engine to be steered forward. So I'm using maritime terms now. Okay, now this is the problem that many guys have, and these are the challenges that make so many single guys fear to encounter. I don't know if I'm saying your mind, so you can actually send me your comment. I'm trying to see if I can be able to read your comment and your messages. I think that will be fine, and that will help me if you can drop your messages. So first point is, we have single ladies who say that they dislike guys that are inconsistent. And then we have the single guys who are scared of these powerful ladies that actually, most times, if you look at these powerful ladies, they are willing to submit. They are the one of the most kind of the humble or most humble persons you can ever find on this planet Earth, right? But seeing them from afar and seeing their endeavors and seeing their great work, people always think like, I think I'm scared of these people, right? So these are the challenges we have, or we tend to have, for single guys and single ladies. Now, second thing that they told me, which was also surprising, is or was another shocking thing, was I asked the lady, okay, so what else do you guys look forward from a guy? So when I say the opposite, you should take the positive. So when we talk about inconsistent, so now write down to be consistent, right? And for the ladies, write down to check myself. Am I arrogant? Am I parading myself to be arrogant? Or, and then what kind of perception does these single guys see me? And why do I say men are we have the children nature, and we have the fatherhood nature, and we have the husband nature? It's because most time we as men, we know what we have, we want, but we are confused, because it's like what someone said one time, that it's like going to seek for lady I don't want to call it. It's like going to seek for, going to the market to buy a good clothes that will cover you, only for you to get to the market and then you see the reigning trending clothes, which is one that will not cover you properly, and decide to buy. These are some of the confusion we have. That is wisdom. I want you to deduce. I don't want to use call any name because I'm on social media and I don't know who is watching and who will watch later. Okay, so apart from ladies having fear of a man that is inconsistent, ladies also have the fear of a man who cannot articulate their vision very, very well. Who cannot articulate their vision very, very well. Now, it's one thing to have the vision, they will follow you. Another thing is, how are you carrying the vision? How are you articulating the vision? This is another part that ladies seek after in men. This is another powerful part that ladies seek after in men. So how consistent are you? How consistent are you? How consistent are you with your vision? Are you a man that today you want to go to, you want to travel from United States of America to United Kingdom, and tomorrow you change your mind that you want to travel from United Kingdom to Nigeria? No, I'm not saying there are no places where there are contingencies, where there are changes of plan. Okay, the vision must remain consistent, but the strategies is changeable, right? But the thing is, how concurrent do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do it every quarterly review, at every little wind that blows, at every little storm that blows? Because the ladies, they want security. Every lady wants protection. Now, the lady says, show me a man that will be able to protect me, and that will tell you a man that I will follow. So how often do you keep your focus and do you remain steadfast? The Bible even says that a man that is unstable as the water will not be able to obtain anything from the Lord. This is the scripture. Okay, so the ladies, they want men that are consistent, that are not inconsistent. They want men that are vision driven, purpose driven, and goal oriented, right? And then they want a man that will lead them. Okay, they want a man that will lead them. So we are looking at relationship digest and leadership digest and some quotes with Sam, which I started with some quotes. So if you're just joining us, welcome on board. I can see some persons, but I think I might not be able to be calling names just to be able to meet up time. And I think admin is online, so admin can be responding to as much person probably. And then we will be able to gather your questions. Okay, we'll be able to gather your questions, and due time I will be able to answer them truly. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, so now another thing that I discovered in the 21st century that fears ladies a lot about guys is that ladies, this one will shock you. Ladies of any kind, whether believer or unbeliever, at every point wants a spiritual man. They want a man that is spiritual. They want a man that will lead them in their Christianity life. For those that are Christian, for those that are any religion you belong to, they want such a man. Now, the question is, you as a man, have you encountered personally this God for you to be able to share it and lead this family? Because the purpose of marriage and relationship is to bear godly seeds that will, that will replicate this world. And why do I say this? Now, remember something I started by saying that God is a God of productivity. God is a God of productivity. God is a God of multiplication. Now, I was speaking with my friend this morning and my wonderful admin this morning or afternoon, and we were talking about, diversifying things and then collaborating with people. Another way of collaborating is you collaborating with your person in your relationship, because or with the person you want to marry, because your first top fan you have is him or her. So if he or she has not been buying into your purpose or have not been buying into your vision, as a guy or as a lady, it's vice versa. Ladies support the guy and the guy supports the men. Because why I'm talking about another thing that ladies want from a guy is they want to marry the spiritual person, the one with spiritual orientation, I'm not talking about being pastor, I'm not talking about being prophet or apostle or bishop. I'm talking about you knowing God and knowing scripture, knowing content or what the Bible says. When she runs to you, will you be able to play with her? These are things that they seek after. Now, why they seek after that and why I was laughing is because, now, have you asked yourself a question? Why is that even when we judge some ladies that they are bad, the lifestyle they live is not okay, but when they want to marry, even if they club, they do a lot of kind of things, when they want to marry, they run after men with vision, men with purpose, men with goal, and men, of course, that fear God. Why? And you as a young man, you keep calivanting, you keep moving from one point to another. You keep, you've not yet identified your source, which is your maker, which is God. And you want this lady to remain with you. It does not work like that. It does not work like that. It does. If I'm saying something that probably you think I need to work on more, speak more on, or adjust or comment, please give me a thumbs up or give me a hi or say a word, and I'll be able to respond adequately, because you're the reason why I'm still here speaking what I'm speaking. Without you, I will be speaking to myself alone. And also share this, invite friends. We are still on. Okay, so why is why? It's because they want a covering over their head. It's because they want a protection. It's because they want, and it will show you the next point. I'm going to be telling you what ladies want again, and what ladies actually seek after, and what is their fear. Why most times when you want to pump out the question of will you, before you even say will you, they've already run away. And we keep having people that are fainting. We keep having people that are getting sick or getting heartbreak of any kind. Okay, because I keep telling people that if we are to beat the heart, emotional pain, emotional broken, emotional shattered, emotional baboosed hospital. This word, if I understand they're talking about coronavirus isolation centers, it will be millions of the isolation centers joined together, because every second, every moment, hearts are broken. By God's mercy and by God's grace, I've been privileged to being followed by a lot of people, and I keep yearning towards having much presence in different continents all over the world by God's mercy. And they call me, we talk, and I discover that people are having emotional pains every day by day, every day by day. So why ladies seek for men that are consistent with words, with their action, with their deeds, with their passion, with their purpose, with their purpose. And ladies seek for men that are goal, vision, dream oriented, strategic, and men that are dynamic. See, young guy, probably maybe why your relationship is not working the way you ought it to work and the way you play it to work is because you're too static. Even you as a young lady, are you too static? I remember one of my mentees, she told me something one day. She was watching one of the videos, and she told me that Uncle Sam, do you know why I cherish you so much? It's because you have this is not to brag, but just to give you an example, because they say examples communicate principles, and principles, principles conquer every principalities. That is ignorance that kills us, right? Now she said it's because you are balanced, you create balance. I have a time when I have my fun. I love to play table tennis. I love to play snooker. I love to play football. I have time. I go to the gym once in a while. I have time. As much as I'm busy, I have time. I go to the cinema. Those that are close to me know. And I dance. I play a lot. Create a balance. Don't be too static. Don't be like the same way it was in the generation. Don't be like the same way you wrote a letter, your first letter of love to your crush then in primary school, or secondary school, and nursery school. Said will be the same. No, things are changing day to day. Things are changing. Because I will soon land into the one major things tonight that brings a lot of challenge. Communication and feedback. Communication and feedback. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, ladies also want a man that will give them a spiritual covering. That is why they run after men that have God covering on them. Now, men, apart from seeking for women that are simple, humble, and also supportive, men seek for women that are supportive. How do you support him? Do you kill his dreams? Do you kill his passion? Do you abuse things that he brings up? Maybe he's talking about investing in something, you just kill the dream with that solution. Okay, I'm not saying that there are no places for suggestion, for correction, but every time yours is to just kill, you water the whole thing down without suggestion. This is not good. Men run away from such women, from such young girls. And also men run away from young girls that flex a lot. Men flex, men flex. Young ladies flex, young guys flex, okay, right? Now, but as children of God, it is wrong. Now, what do I mean by this? How they told me, I'm just passing an information that they told me, is this. Now, we've had a situation where a young guy, I'm telling you life situation, which I was part of the people that God helped to bring solution to this. Now, we are a young guy, have never seen this girl, just on social media, they love each other. And They started having communication, started exchanging things, talking about marriage. And in the same country, another young guy that went to the same school with this guy started talking to this same lady. This lady was taking money from this both guys with the promise of to marry all of them on different bases without them knowing, until when they find out and they went into war, went into loggerhead, which was it was, to me, it was the most stupid kind of thing I've ever encountered in this 21st century. I'm sorry to say this, not to boast, not to proud, but I think you should be too loaded as a guy, even as a lady. You should be too loaded that if someone lives out of your life, someone move away from your life, you should get yourself back. You should move higher and higher in different dimensions. Okay, not when someone move away from your life. Why do I have to say that? It's stupid of guy to fight over a lady. We live in a world of over 7 point something billions of people, and women are over more than 60% of that population. So the question is, are you trying to tell me that you're going to die for just a lady? Now, it's two different things. Don't get me wrong here. Now, if it's a lady that has been fighting with you, if it's a lady that has been consistent with you, if it's a lady that has been committed with you, you can fight. Like me, if you touch my jewel, I can fight you. I can fight. You can say anything to me. And this is someone that we are yet to marry, but I cherish her, I treasure her. If you say a word wrong in my front, you can say it at my back about her. I can fight you. I can fight you. I'm not saying what I don't practice. I'm saying what, because I need to defend her. I'm saying what even Papa Adeboye said. He said one time in one conference that you can do anything to him, you can abuse him, but if he dare abuse Mama Fole Adeboye, in fact, he wanted to lay a curse in there, he had to stop, right? So now, you as guy, it is stupid of you to fight. This, I'm telling you, went to the point of even diabolism. Now, and the question is this: did they get the girl? No. Where is the girl now? I don't know. They don't know. Both of them for themselves exchange words. This was stupid. So men naturally don't like women that flirt. Likewise, women do not like men that flirt. So are you double dating? Are you the kind that you have? It's good to have folks, it's good to have friends, but I'm not talking about having friends, but I'm talking about your dating, because you're of the principle that you don't want to lay all your eggs in one basket, my friend. Now, do you know that it takes extreme energy? Emotion drains energy, emotion drains passion, emotion drains resources, except you don't want to be committed to that relationship. If you want to be committed to that relationship, you must have time where you will sacrifice. You will sacrifice your talent, your mindset, your body, everything. You will sacrifice everything, because you need to make that relationship to work, because you need God in that relationship. You sacrifice in terms of prayer. There are times that it will not be convenient for you to pray, and she needs prayer, he needs prayer. What do? Sacrifice with play, right? Now, you will sacrifice your resources. There are times she needs to, come on, man, you want the best, right? You will make her the best. You make her the best. So a quick advice: stop chasing everything you see under the skirt. Chase your own alone, right? So when guys see ladies that are flirting, it makes us to think a lot about them. So what some guys will do is to just be a Casanova, to have a one night stand with them, guys can even push them with different things, gives money just to have a night out with them. And when this happens, what I call a monotonic relationship is established, and what I call Jonadabic kind of relationship or friendship is established. Okay, where Jonadab was teaching Amnon how to pretend and have sex with his sister, all in the name of love and loss. And let me also add quickly that there's a thin line between love and loss. There is a thin line between love and loss. In fact, there's something I'm working on, which will soon come up. I know it's going to be debatable, it's going to be arguable, because I'm trying to prove that in love, L-O-V-E, we have loss, L-U-S-T. And in loss, L-U-S-T, we have love, L-O-V-E. Someone want to ask me a question, drop your comment. I will be able to attend to you privately or publicly here. And then I'm still working on this and building on this. But very quick one before I continue. Why did I say that? Now, the simple reason is because, do you know there are times from what I learned, for those that are married, that as the guy, the man do not want sex, right? Now, I measure relationship, so relationship encompasses sex, all the rest, right? Now, the man do not want sex, but the woman wants sex. And now, because the woman wants sex, the man have to sacrifice the lust of the woman for the sex, okay? Now, the lust of the woman for the sex, maybe because of looking at the guy that day. Now, we prompt the guy to sacrifice, right? Now, I'm not saying, I teach against sex before relationship. I teach It's one of my key core values. If you've been listening to me, following me, right now. So, but most time what bet love can be lost, and most time what bet and sustain lost can be love. Now that's why most time some people started a relationship out of loss, and along the line, okay, prayerfully for those that know God, along the line, love started growing, and some also started. Why am I saying this? There's what is called love at first sight, infatuation. Most time infatuation works, and most time infatuation does not work, and I wouldn't want to go into that. Now let's not continue. So men hate and detest women that flirt. You flirt around. I'm not talking about being with friends. I'm not talking about being with guys, being with ladies like me. Majority of my friends I seek counsel with or from are ladies. Even my friends, they know this. And those of you that follow me on social media, you should also be able to know. But I don't have nothing with them. Okay, I'm not talking about that. It's only a man that is insecure, which is the next point. Ladies detest. Why they refuse to go into a relationship with you is because they feel you're insecure. See, there are great guys, but great guys does not equal great minds. I want to take that again. There are great guys, even there are great ladies. Now, but I really want to measure that to ladies, because ladies are wired. The configuration of a woman is her emotion. A woman is interwoven, is intertwined. Okay, the configuration of the makeup of a woman is her emotion. So women reason with emotion. Women go into relationship by emotion, while men go into relationship by transaction. That's why a mother is coming to you, and when you ask him, why do you love me? Why do you want to take this to the next level? And he keep telling you, I don't know. Run away from that man. When you ask a man, why do you love me? And he say, I don't know. He's a confused man. He's a man that does not know where he's going to, and it will lead to disaster. It's like a vessel. It's like a beautiful vessel on a voyage, without a compass and without a bearing. Disaster is the end point. So there are great guys doing great things, speakers, motivational speakers, but when you sit down with them and communicate with them, there is no content, there is no value, there is no creativity, there is no idea, there is nothing that motivates the lady. So women say to me, this young lady say they detest men that lack, and because there is nothing they carry, they feel insecure when they see other men, speaking with them. They feel so much insecure. Now, insecurity work both for men and for women, but insecurity much more is not supposed to be found in the guy. It's only a man that doesn't have a content. It's only a man that doesn't know where he's going to. It's only a man that doesn't know what he's doing, that is full of insecurity. And when you're full of insecurity, you're already telling the lady a goodbye. You're already giving the lady the sign, to run away. You're already telling the lady that I can't be with you, because what are we talking about? For example, if you can imagine you marry a lady today, and then the lady tomorrow becomes the World Bank president or the World Bank manager. Now, what are you going to do, my friend? Now, you've been insecure all your life. Now, you'll be insecure all your life. What are you going to do? That is the question. Are you going to be tense whenever she's going for a meeting? Maybe she's going to be meeting a president. Maybe she's going to be talking to a lawyer. Maybe she's going to be talking to a barrister. She's going to be meeting people. What is going to happen to you? You will die. You will die. In Nigeria, I would say you go die. Okay, so you will die of high blood pressure. You will die of hypertension. You will die of insecurity. So how secured are you? And you can only be secured as a man when you have identified who you are. Who are you? Before you even go to a lady, who are you? Because most times when you go to a lady, ladies, when men come to you, they say, don't ask them, do you love me? Ask them, who are you? What is your identity? What is your identity? What is your source? Okay, that goes back to ladies again. Okay, now men also not just disliking women that flirt, not just disliking women that are not supportive in career, in purpose, in destiny, not just detesting ladies that, or not just having the fear not to marry because of the ladies that flirts. Okay, now we also have this problem. I talked about that the women have problem with men that are that feel insecure, and also men also have this problem with ladies that feel insecure. Okay, so for example, let me use myself for example. God is helping me to build some platform by God grace and keep helping me. Now, you can imagine that my lady is the kind of a lady that is not busy. Now, this will lead me to another thing. Most time, the reason why you not find the right person, remember I started by saying, until you make yourself the right person, you will never attract the right choice, right? Now, the reason why you've not yet found the right choice, or the right choices have been run away from you, and only Casinovas have been meeting you, only one night star person have been meeting you, could be as a result of the perception they get about you, and also could be as a result of you making yourself open. See, men are hunters. When we go to the bush, we want to hunt the best. No man goes to the bush. If a hunter tells you, I'm going to the bush today, he's not going to the bush to kill ordinary rats. He's going to the bush to kill lion, to kill antelope, to kill a tiger, to kill, big bush meats. Okay, so how have you created yourself? I mean, how have you packaged yourself? I'm not talking about packaged by the medicure, by the pedicure, by the manicures. No, I'm not talking about packaged by charisma. We have a lot of containers and we lack content. There are a lot of containers without content. Now, one evil thing that is happening in this generation today, which was even one of my fear, is that I don't just want a content. I don't just want a content. I don't just want a charisma. I wanted a content and a charisma that out of it will flow container. You know what? Now, containers are always conservative. Channels are what we look for. So are you a container or are you a channel? I mean, are you an empty drum? It's empty drum that make hell of noise. And when I'm saying this, I want to say this quickly. And before I forget, to those that follow me, and I say this with all form of respect and all form of humility, stop posting stupid things on your status. Stop posting stupid things on your storylines. I'm not saying there are no place for joke. There are place for fun. There are place to catch fun. But see, do you know a lot of people following you on your Instagram? A lot of people following you. And if you're following celebrities and more there, it's not everything they post you will post. Because who you look at is who you look like. I want to say that again. Who you keep looking at is what you automatically, consciously or unconsciously be looking like. So if you're following those that open their body and they are married and they are comfortable, and maybe it's what their husband like, it's what their partner like, and this is not what your guy likes, and you keep going to, open your body all the time on Facebook, on status, on Instagram, you're already chasing away potential customers. So you need to go back and ask yourself, why is it that no guy stays with me? And then you need to review yourself. What are my content and what are the containers I need to trash away? People are no longer seeking for only charisma. People are seeking for both charisma and content. Youths are busy building things. Singles are busy building things. Only thing you're busy building is your body. It's cool. It's good. But the question is, 10 years from now, 2 years from now, that body, that shape, even for guys, I'm sorry to say, for guys that say, I want slim woman. Oh, no problem. Because the world we live in today has made open that every slim, when they want to do an advertisement, they go with slim shape. So we now think that the hallmark of every woman is slim. Now, let me tell you, last 2 years ago, did you have, as a guy, I'm asking you this question, ask yourself, so that you will understand the place of stupidity and the place of wisdom. Okay, because I say it is the principles that we understand that we conquer the principalities that will keep killing us. It is the knowledge that we acquire that will kill, that will divide, that will scatter that will scatter the ignorance that kills us. Now, 2 years ago, was your chest broad as it is now? Like if I show you one of my pictures 2 years ago, you come all the way. That's the question. So the lady will grow, the lady will be, I'm not saying ladies don't maintain your body, but you as a man, it's only stupid men that will say, I want to marry you because of your shape. And you as a stupid girl, you will go. And the question is, when the shape goes up, what happens? He will go. So remember I said men go into a relationship with the concept of or knowledge of transaction. Why women go into a relationship with the knowledge of what? Emotion. So there's this butterfly flying in her stomach. There's this words, the women go with what they hear. There's this word that the man keeps saying to you. Now you forget about every other thing. You just move, bam, and tomorrow there's a calamity. And content without calamity, charisma without character minus content will lead to calamity. Remember, this is one of my quotes I've made this many years ago. So those of you watching, and thank you, Flory. I can see Flory. I can see Promise. Thank you so much. I can see Eze one call. Thank you so much. All of you, I can't keep calling names there. All of you on this platform, thank you so much. Flory, Mutimes Mut, tell you best. And I believe Don Roberto probably is there, Anna is there, Yonina probably is there, maybe Isaac, my brother, is there as well. And as many watching, maybe my Joe is also here watching. Everybody, especially all my followers, those that call me their mentors by God's grace, which I think most times I'm not even qualified to mentor you because I'm still learning and keep going. Okay, but as you keep praying for me, knowledge of God will keep flowing through us. Okay, so you need to be content. So another reason why men run away from you is because of things you post on status. Maybe someone have not told you this. I'm telling you with all form of sincerity and all form of humility. You need to be careful. You need to watch out things you put. Now let's not go to the one I will be ending today. Now another reason why a lot of persons keep having issues with relationship and have not really gone to sort out this relationship and take it to the permanent side, and have not pampered the question which everybody is looking forward to having, is communication. Someone say communication. You can write it up for me there. Communication is very, very vital. And when I talk about communication, I'm not talking about jargons. I'm talking about relationship or relational communication. What kind of communication do you bring in your relationship? Now, fine. Someone once quoted, as I borrow this quote, that to prove love is a sign of a proof of love is not the amount of time you spend with the person that you're in love with. It's not the amount of time you communicate with the person, but is the understanding. Yes, I agree, I accept. But I want to also subscribe that communication is very, very important in relationship. And when I say it's very, very important, now what kind of the content of the communication is much more important than the communication itself. So are you the kind of guys that when you keep calling yourself, only what you do is to show yourself, just to show the kind of the best clothes you wore for that day, is to show yourself the new hair you made? Fine, they are beautiful, okay? But now you need to go beyond that, because that is not what will sustain the relationship. That is not what we keep the relationship focused. Now, when a lady is communicating with you as a guy, she is, especially wisdom lady, especially great ladies. I started by saying a lot of men fear great ladies. That's why they want to marry vultures. I'm sorry, they want to live like vultures. One time, Felado told you say something that we have four kinds of men. We have the gardeners, we have the vulture, we have the scavengers, and we have the parasites, right? Now, so a lot of men want to remain vulture because they want to be eating for you because they don't have nothing to offer you. So when you communicate with a lady, within short period of time, what do you say to her? Do you guys talk about the future? Do you guys discuss about your purposes, your potentials, your abilities, your careers, the kind of children you want to have birth? Do you discuss businesses? Do you discuss collaboration? Do you discuss partnership? Since you met your friend, now a person of home, I'm not here to start any relationship, but as a relationship person, I feel guilty. I feel pain because it's my passion, probably. It's my gift, probably. Now I feel pain when I see youth. When I see you singles in a relationship but acting blindly. Yes, I know they say love is blind, but marriage will be an eye opener. But most of the men in the blind pit and fall in the dish until you realize yourself. Now the question is, have you ever asked a guy, where is the relationship leading us to? Now I keep saying in my Facebook, talking about discover to recover, I say we live in a world where there are a lot of ships sailing to different destinations. There are ships that have been containerized, there are ships that have been cargo, there are ships that have been bought up. But the question is not who and who is in this ship alone, but the question is, where is the destination of the ship? Every ship, any kind of relationship that will not land you to the godly destination, to where you propose in future, now that relationship needs to be overhauled, it needs to be checked, it needs to be placed under check. So check yourself, check your relationship. I'm not saying terminate your relationship, but overhaul. Reason this relationship. I think Rude Boy Sanchez, so he said, reason with me. If I not get today, I will get tomorrow. So you have to reason in this relationship. You have to ask some questions. You have to ask some deep questions. It's not every time you on call and you're talking about the foods you ate. It's a fundamental things that you need to ask, but you need to think beyond that place. You need to talk about the future. You need to talk about, because communication is 70%, if not more, in relationship. And for those of us that don't like to communicate, I know you also need to understand in communication. When I say the content of the communication, you have to understand the temperament of these people in communication. Are they the kind of people that don't like to always, respond to calls? They just prefer chat. And you keep bothering them, probably like me. One time I was making this kind of mistake until I have to overhaul myself. And if you don't reveal yourself most times in relationship, if you don't reveal your relationship, you keep making mistakes and you don't know. So that's why most times when you call her, she's angry. When she calls you, when you call him, he's angry. Ask questions. Don't assume things. Assumption is the bedrock of frustration. Assumption is the motherboard of calamity that leads that leads to extinction. Okay, so never you assume things. In this communication, relational communication, you talk about your families, your future family, your children, your temperament. Some people are in a relationship for past 4-5 years. They don't even know the temperament of their person. They cannot even assume. They cannot even gainsay. They don't know why the person gets angry. And let me just doing something that made me to laugh. We have a lot of. Remember, I talked about charisma and content, and with that character, and content. Now, I remember one time I had an invitation to go to speak to a student in University of Port Harcourt. University of Port Harcourt is one of the universities in Nigeria, Africa, West Africa. For those of us that don't know, now, and when I went there, I got this a lot of protocol, and there was this beautiful lady, among all the ladies. I'm sorry, my dear. And then these people were ready to serve me after the whole teaching. And I got into a conversation with her because, I was just looking at her somehow because she was beautiful, actually. Okay, so, and then I asked her a simple question. I said, because then I read the book, Why You Act the Way You Do, by Tim Hart, like talking about temperament, Now, and I was constantly and consistently speaking almost consciously or unconsciously about temperament. Whatever I want to speak, I must mention temperament. I must mention the 5 love languages, the love languages you need, which are you also need to understand your person's love languages. I remain consistent in what I teach. What kind of things do you do to what is called mumu button? Everybody has a mumu button. So before I digress, I asked the lady, now, what are your temperament? The first thing she told me was, this is a very beautiful lady that was speaking a lot of grammar. Those of us in Nigeria, you understand, you the post student. I'm sorry to say this. Now, and I said, what are your temperament? What kind of temperament do you exhibit, and which is your dominant? And she said, anger. The next thing she said is malice. I said, are you serious? Temperament? I was shocked. That ended my if I was crushing on her, then that ended it. Okay. So the question is, do you read? Do you study? Because it is when you study, when you deduce things, that you'll be able to come out with content to speak. A man, we as men, we want to marry a lady that in her absence, she will not just take care of the home, but she will speak with people. It will be embarrassing when, as a man who is in different endeavors, come into the house and there are friends, and then they are communicating, and the wife cannot contribute anything. Maybe they're talking about football, she cannot. They mention maybe Lionel Messi, how he lost the game with Bayern, and she say, Lionel Messi, is he the lion of Africa? And those kind of things. Likewise, the man, there are men that don't know nothing. Your lady is talking about IT industries, and it does not mean that you must necessarily give her all the facts, but Google is there, internet is there. What are you showing in the internet that you cannot research? Okay, your woman is into things of different ventures. She's into marketing. She's into politics. She's into different things. All you do is to get jealous, is to get angry. It's all fit to search things and assist her. So these are a lot of things that happens today, and then that we have problem that is going on today. Okay, so as we draw to a closure, another thing I want to quickly pinpoint here is, apart from the communication, is that ladies, this one will strike you, and I think it will give guys an overview, and also lady an overview. Now, when we start chasing the lady in a relationship, the man is always spending, and women like it a lot. Youngest, if you like it, just give me a thumbs up. Is there any girl here that doesn't like a man that spends on her? Let me know. I think if you say that, it means you're lying. It means you're lying. Every lady, those of first men that are saying that women, you dislike women that ask for money, you dislike women that seek. The question is, woman is a womb. Now, the womb content is too deep for me to go into. Now, the womb content needs a lot of attention. Now, so as a womb, now she's an expensive commodity because everything about her is expensive. So it's not about the amount of money you have. It's not also about the amount of money you give to her, but it's about the heart of the giving. Or also, and it's about the understanding, the mutual understanding. Okay, so if you're saying as a woman, women on during relationship, they want the man to always spend on them. Why I'm saying this is because recently someone, I wouldn't want to mention them, very close to me, was telling me that she's married with 2 kids. She was telling me that she just discovered recently that the husband had not been saving. and she was mad. In fact, she was talking about probably leaving the marriage and other things. I have to be talking with her, counseling her, Now, but during the relationship, she didn't take cognizance of this. She was just after the spending part. If the man would take her to cinema, the man would take her to, the man takes her to what is it called now? Tantalizers to get her Gucci, different kind of stuff, Now, a lot of things, the women just like the man to spend. Even some that don't like the man to spend is necessary. Is a necessary commodity for you as a man to spend on your woman, because you want her to look cool, you want her to look great, so you must spend on her. Okay, you must spend on her, no matter how little it is. Okay, but what they not told me was, during this relationship time, in as much as they want the man to be spending, they want the man to be saving. The question is, as a man, are you saving? Some persons are talking about marriage. How much have you saved? Have you saved? Are you saving? Are you investing? Are you in, both men and women? Are you young guests? Are you investing? Okay, you receive 10,000 naira, you receive 5,000 naira. How much are you able to invest, or do you squander everything? And also that will take me to why women seek after a man that save for the future and for rainy day. Men also seek for a woman that can, harmonize their money, that can take care of their business, that can manage their life. 20 hours. We don't just seek for men that will not manage our life. We seek for women that will manage our life. I think with these few points I've stated this evening, I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that joined, and I want to say God bless you almightily. And then this edition will remain. So today we talked about something that chit chat I had with some young singles, ladies and gentlemen that are great in different endeavors, doing great things, and some of their fears. Now we established that one of the things that fears them is women, single ladies want a man, a guy that is consistent. That's why when you keep jumping as a guy, you go to A today for relationship because you're not consistent. She rejects you, go to B, she rejects you, go to C. It's no longer time for you to keep. Don't say you're a Manchester, or don't say you are the woman's man. Yes, you could be the woman's man. Don't say it's because I'm cute. Yeah, you can be cute. But remember, I said there are great men, and then that not all great men are great minds. Not all great men are great men, and not every beautiful lady is beautiful inside. So not every container is with content, and not every content is a container. So, and stop, as a guy, stop chasing, stop going to search for things that your emotions are telling you rather than the reality that you're seeing. Go for the reality. Go for the reality. So, ladies dislike men that are inconsistent. They dislike men that are not spiritually balanced. They dislike men that do not have focus and are purpose living and oriented properly. And they dislike men that do not save, that only spend. No matter how you love them, no matter what you're spending, they want to care. Are you saving? The one that really love you want to know how far you're going with your investment. Okay, now the young guys, there are many more young ladies, they fear the men that are insecure. This is vice versa, insecurity. Are you insecure of my, a lot of men don't want to marry a purpose-driven woman, don't want to marry a career-driven woman because they are scared all those competition. Come on, man, you should go out of that stage. Okay, so men dislike, they say they are scared to marry because they see a lot of 21st century beautiful young Holy Ghost filled ladies who are just after money, who are flirting. They have double dating everywhere. They have a boyfriend on Instagram. They have a boyfriend on Facebook, LinkedIn, on Twitter, even on Zoom, even on YouTube. Okay, those kind of stuff, and the men dislike it. Also, men dislike women that are not supportive, and men dislike women that keep their dreams, keep their passion, and throw it to the trash without turning it into a great testimony. Also, men also dislike women that are not organized and women that will not articulate vision very well. With these few points of mine, I believe I'll be able to say certain things to you that will benefit you. I urge you to share this video, recommend these videos, recommend these teachings, follow me and invite your friends, including your enemies, and I shall meet you again and again. This September is loaded. Don't give up your vision. Don't give up your relationship. Make your relationship the best you want it to be in this on this planet Earth. And as I keep saying, there is no perfect entity in this planet Earth. The only thing is that until you identify the strength of that your person, your relationship, and you look over, an oversight of the weakness of that person, you will keep measuring on the person's weakness and you keep driving away the person's strength. Now, many persons have lost great people because not because those great people were bad to them, but because they were foolish. Don't be among the foolish five virgins. Be among the five wise virgins. And also, as a man, don't lose the woman that is helping you in overcoming a lot of things, in giving you great life, because you're thinking of she's fat, she's not your spec, she doesn't have the content. Come on, man. If she supports you, if she's prayerful, if she's loaded, if she's great, forget about the physical, because tomorrow you're going to have a protruded stomach. Is she going to leave you when you have the protruded stomach? Is she going to leave you when your beard start coming down? Is she going to leave you when you start holding a walking stick? Support each other, and together forever we shall keep giving solutions to our singles until we all get what God wants us to get. And remember, two good heads are better than one bad, are better than one bad head. Okay. And remember again, not everything you see on internet or social media is worth it. Not all that glitters is good. Stop chasing for the bees of the social medias and then trying to turn them to Maria Marcus of God sent in the garden. It's a stupid thing for you as a lady to go outside the Garden of Eden to seek for a man and then try to draw the man into the Garden of Eden, like vice versa. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you again as we keep praying and keep doing your best, keep investing, and God bless you. I love you all. Thank you.